All right. Welcome back to another episode. So what we're going to be doing, talking about this time, is our favorite um, video game. Well, our most desire video game remakes and remasters. You know, um, I know whenever we go down a rabbit hole, we go down a rabbit hole. So I think this is going to be fun, and I'm actually feeling like my runner up for my remaster pick is going to be a hot topic, and I think yours too. You mentioned, so I'm excited for that too. Um, all right. So your top pick, NBA Street V3. I need to know why this game was near and dear, and it was your first pick.
Oh man. Okay, so NBA Street V3. I mean, growing up, black kid, you're exposed to sports. Not all of us, but enough of us. Um, love the game, love the style, the aesthetic. Um, grew up as an artist, grew up tagging, so like obviously the street thing appealed to me, and my first game was actually Volume 2, but I had seen the NFL Street beforehand. I had seen it in the store, and I wanted to play it, and I
Oh, so
saw it.
it's a series of games.
Yes, there's two NFL Street games, and there's technically four NBA Street games and two FIFA games.
Okay, yeah,
Um, they're amazing, but my favorite will always be the NBA games because they had the best style. They had the music, they had the announcer. Like I'm talking, it was amazing. NBA Street V3 will stay close to my heart because it came the closest to getting that New York vibe. Barbito Garcia, who is a
like play like
asphalt
NBA
legend.
Jam.
Yes.
Okay, like power ups and stuff like that, and
hmm But
okay.
in my opinion, it'll never top V3 just because of the stack that it had. Like I said, the announcer for the game, Barbito Garcia, asphalt legend. He is on the airwaves right now. He was in the trenches, on the courts, doing the behind the back, off the foot, off the backboard, between your legs, everything. This dude became a radio legend, gave back to the community. And what did they do? They put this dude on the fucking game. Then
That's
you got
crazy.
then you got all these famous parks from around the country and stuff like that, and around the world too.
And
Like
that's
they
back
got
then. That's back then when you got put on a cover of something. You made it.
that's what I'm saying, bro. They got I think Baron Davis was on the cover for that one.
It was
Or
two 2005. Yeah.
it was either him or Carmelo Anthony. They all had screen time on the cover in some way, shape, form, or fashion, but he was even down to the street ball culture. Anybody from New York or anybody who played in New York knows they got Gun Hill, the Cage, the Rucker. I mean, I don't think they had the Dykeman on there. No, they don't. They do not have the Dykeman, but they got the Tandy out in St. Louis. They got Foss Park in Chicago. They got the Hawk in Atlanta. They got Brighton Beach. Like it's and the intros for the courts are what's amazing because they're um once again, it's an experience specific to me growing up black, but this well spoken, deep voiced black man gave you this short spoken word poem every time that they showed a court. And it was always specific to that court. And it made you feel like that was your home.
Okay. You a
On
big
top of that,
basketball fan or just a fan of these games?
I grew up with it.
Okay.
Um, but it's not like I said, it wasn't so much the game. It was what the game, the atmosphere of the game. It
It reminded you of home.
it not even home. It brought me in and it included me
Okay.
without having to be super about basketball. I didn't have to know about running routes and setting screens, things like that. I didn't have to know that. It was about what are you experiencing right now. We'll take care of everything else.
Man, so I assume you would love to see this get the
Oh man, I
NBA
would.
2K treatment, but just keep the your
It is.
fun power up NBA Jam feel.
It has been something we as street fans have been wanting for years. They did a sequel right after with NBA Street Home Court, and that's the one everybody knows when they're jumping off the dudes' backs and they dunk once and catch the ball and dunk it again.
Allen Iverson's on that cover. It looked like.
Yeah, it's wild. Um, and it has a completely different feel than NBA Street V3 did or any of the previous games did, and it just don't feel right. On top of the controls
Okay.
being weird, and
Okay.
it messes up the whole flow. But I would love to see the game remade to the old EA big standards before they started trying to. And for fans out there of the Street series, I know NBA Street is the one that really killed the Street franchise because they realized they could milk it and tried to street everything. But at the same time, you can't beat the original. You can't beat the one who made the shit great.
Mm, dude. Okay. I just look, man. I'm not seeing. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing any news.
No, it's not. I know it's not going to happen. They tried to incorporate softly incorporating elements of NBA Street into every 2K going forward. You can actually make stretch uh in the latest 2K games because I've seen people do it.
Okay. Okay. What was your runner up?
My runner up was Vanquish from Platinum Games.
Vanquish. Is that the game has a giant Q in the middle?
Yes.
What was that about? I remember it.
Um it is about a Russian paramilitary group or terrorist group who has attacked a very very technologically
Looks like
advanced space
Crisis to
colony.
me.
Kinda. So
Okay.
this is in the far future of an alternate Earth or whatever. There's a space
Wow, those
colony.
graphics are fucking.
Yeah, there's a colony that he's threatening to attack. He microwaved some city on Earth. I think it was San Francisco. And so you play as a DARPA agent who is coordinating with the military to test this new battle suit.
Okay.
And it is amazing. Anybody who knows Platinum Games knows to expect character action out the wazoo. The same people who made Bayonetta.
Okay.
Enough said. It is a third person shooter with a boost mechanic. So you can slide around the battlefield. You do have a gauge, so after a while it'll overheat, and once it overheats, you won't be able to slide for a while. It gives you a time limit, and during that time you're more susceptible to damage and you're slower, but you can still shoot and dodge and things like that. You just can't boost. You can also with that same system slow down time. It's technically not slowing down time; it's speeding up your reactions, but that's what it feels like.
Okay.
Um, The weapon system is crazy. It gives you three basic guns, and your suit makes them, so you can scan engrams or codes out in the world, and you can scan into your system, and now you have that gun. You can only carry like three at a time, but they have the shotgun, light machine gun, a standard assault rifle, and then they got crazy things like a razor disc launcher, a four I think it's like a four chamber lock on laser, um, a crazy pistol. The dialogue in the game itself is not great. The story premise is cool. It's mostly about the action and about the once again the atmosphere. Uh, if you do pick up the game, play it in Japanese. It'll at least sound better. But the game is phenomenal.
It looks 2017. Actually 2010. It looks. What did I say? 2017. At?
It got a not a remake, but it got a
It got a
bundle.
Windows port.
Yep, they bundled it with Bayonetta.
Oh, they did. I mean, so it looks really good. And I said Crisis, but you know what it really reminded me of was a game called Time Shift. You ever play that?
Oh my god, yeah.
You the time when like you literally can. I want to say you can rewind time forward and backwards. You also slow time. You also could like do some random shit where you like left to like after Emmett. It was a cool fucking game. It had cool mechanics too.
Okay,
Um,
think time shift, specifically the slowing down, um, and mix that with the hero point system from Resonance of Fate, and you've got Vanquish. It's just not turn based. It's all real time.
okay, Resident Fate. That
Uh, JRPG gunslinger, turn based hero point system is amazing. Um, unlike most JRPGs where like they do like magic and stuff like that,
oh,
they do these
I
wild
remember
gun
this.
animations.
I
It's like
I had a chance between this. I chose Remnant of uh,
Remnant from the Ashes, Resonant.
uh uh the main character had a blue hair. Remnant.
Uh, blue hair. I'm thinking back in Kaitos.
No. Revenant. Damn, I'm gonna be pissed off. It's Revenant JRPG. I will find. It's got a guy with blue hair.
Oh,
Um,
you're talking about Nino Kuni Revenant Kingdom.
no. I'll find it and I'll find the graphic and I'll put it on it. I'm gonna be pissed off if I don't. But so I never played that, but okay, I remember that and I'm definitely gonna try it out. I see it on Steam right now. All right. For myself, my first one, my runner-up is one I actually wish I picked, but this game is a great runner-up. I'm not sure if you heard of it, but mine was Secret of Evermore. You ever heard of it?
Secret of Evermore.
Yeah.
No, I've never heard
Oh,
of it.
so, all right. So, Secret of Evermore is this game that I played at a friend's house. Who I'm not even sure. Um, can't remember who, whatever it was, but I remember they had this game, and I literally only got to play it for maybe like 45 minutes. Um, it's about a kid who's you start the game, you have a your weird professor that's in town, and so you go to his lab because that's what young kids used to do. They go fucking hang out at grown fucking men's fucking laboratories and shit with no supervision, and he gets fucking zapped into through time. And basically what it do is just kind of like side scroller, like beat them up, hit them type things. Like you can charge a weapon and hit things or whatever. And you found different, like it was melee weapons or whatever to do things or power ups and stuff like that. And you
Right.
just basically travel through different um time periods in order to find your way back home. But the cool thing about it is you go through like 4 or 5 different time periods. Like the very first one you get to is like the uh, dinosaur age. So your dog is, you see in the bottom picture, the dog is like a savage little wolf thing. But then later on you go to like a Egyptian era, and your dog becomes
Wait
like
a
the
m-
little thing. And then there's
Isaiah.
another
Wait a
time
minute.
you go to like the future, and you have like a robot dog.
Isaiah.
You
Wait a
play,
minute.
you know what this is, don't you?
Oh my God, Isaiah. I know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah. This game is so fucking, dude, it's so fucking fun. I've only had a few times to play it or whatever, so I really want to sit down and play it, but I
Oh shit,
also
my
know
bad.
that.
Cut that out. By the way, I mean to say you. My bad.
Oh no, that's fine, that's fine, it's fine. So I know that with my mindset, I probably couldn't sit through it now without kind of forcing myself. I know once I force myself past, being used to newer shit, it still be a great game, but I would love to see this be remade just because of the concept itself. It could be different pets. With any of the game systems that we have right now, you can use the Fortnite engine, you can use Unreal Engine, you can use whatever, and
We
it
can
would
use
be
the
a
Mugen
great,
engine.
yeah, it would be a great game. Um, so that was my first pick, but my runner up was what I really wish was my main pick, Parasite Eve.
Oh wow, you went back. Jesus.
Parasite Eve. For those don't that don't blah 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 blah, they don't know what it is. Parasite Eve is a game where you play as a New York, New York, yeah, New York
Hmm.
police officer named Aya, who had just like really fucking convoluted and twisted past. Interesting though, but just wow. I don't even want to ruin it. The game still holds up on its own as a PlayStation. It's a PlayStation 1 game. Still holds up on its own. I enjoy Parasite Eve 2, even though I know that it wasn't they back then you threw everything at the wall and hope whatever stick, and they everyone was trying something different back then. So I feel
Right.
like they did their best. So I wasn't upset. I come me and Sketch both um we are at an age now that we happy that we got something. Even back then, I was happy that I got something, you know. But I feel like what they've done with like the Final Fantasy remake alone, to the point that they have their own engine. They have to have their own engine for that now.
Yeah.
And so you could easily take, and it's going to be the same with the remakes, the Resident Evil remakes. You can easily take that engine and apply it to other games. They can take their Final Fantasy engine and apply it to Parasite Eve. You already got buried in there with the guns, and that was her primary source. And so now it's just her, because I want to say you went through the whole game with just Aya, right? You beat it,
Yeah.
you played it.
Hmm.
Like there was no party system. It was just Aya. So like you just slimmed it down or whatever. And I feel like it would be a great, and then like things like people love content. People love content like the Chrysler Building, Parasite Eve. Like, excuse me, having people run that however long was a hundred floors. Let's see,
Ooh, you just made me think of
10th
something.
floor. How many floors was? Damn, how many floors was the Chrysler Building?
I want to say, hold on. We have Google now.
It's 100. Well, I'm
Okay.
seeing, yeah, 100 floors, 100 floors. 77. No, 77 floors. But anyway, the Chrysler Tower in Parasite Eve was this floor that you started at the first floor, and you basically wait your way up, fighting enemies, finding only ammo and shit that you had and health you had was finding that or whatever. If you left, I'm not if you did you lose all your progress or you just some. You got penalized for leaving, I'm assuming, but the goal was to see as far as you can go. And I feel like that would be an amazing, amazing series.
Absolutely.
Strong woman lead. The story behind Parasite even itself is amazing. The enemies were amazing. I ain't gonna lie, man. Uh, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I might start a playthrough of this because I'm getting I'm getting really hyped thinking about how much fun I had going through like the museum. Like I remember playing that game like when I had it on the PlayStation, going through that museum. Like, man, this finishing the museum, be like, man, that that was amazing. And I'm talking about like I did something.
Right.
I got through that museum. I did like I was like fresh into RPGs and shit too. I did something with that, and so I'm super. Ooh, again, that would have been my first. And I honestly, you guys want, it's gonna post or whatever, but I'm gonna have pictures up on the one that I post. It's gonna be so easy to just slap a picture right here on top of it. So I'm gonna have
Yeah.
pictures up. But Parasite Eve is a great game. The Final Fantasy engine that they use or whatever that can easily be just boom. The same with how they can take the Resident Evil engine and give us Dino Crisis. Because I
Word.
tell you, dude, that man, Dino Crisis going through, man, you can anyway, like just untap. Just I want to give y'all this money, like y'all holding it up for yourselves. Like I'm not
For
gonna keep
real, man.
buying. You're not gonna keep saying, hey, just buy this, this upscale version. No, not when you can show me what you can do. No, 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 no. I want Parasite Eve like that. I want what's some other good squares like a Brave Fence and Musashi. Give me one
Mm.
of those.
Oh,
Damn, let's just hit the fucking Squaresoft Square library right now because everyone know Final Fantasy, but
you know what I would like to see get remade?
what's that?
You made me think of it with the some of the floors. I would love for the first Samurai Warriors game to get remade.
Hmm.
because they featured something in the first game that they didn't feature in any of the other games that I played later.
What was that?
Whenever you assault the castles, because you go through all these historical battles and stuff like that, right? Like for instance, in the first game, they do a lot more with like they go into history. So like you go to Mino and you fight the like Dosan the Viper. You go to
Yep.
Shizukatake. You go to you you help Hideyoshi or you control him if you're playing him. And you do the whole bit at Tsunomata where he built the quote unquote castle in one day. Like you do all that shit. But what made me think of it when you talk about the floors, whenever you assault a castle, like if you assault Azuchi Castle in Summer Warriors 1, you actually have to like fight your way up to the castle. That's one battle. The next
Okay.
battle is you entering the castle and going through the floors.
I love it. I love it.
And sometimes the rooms are trapped. Sometimes the floor is trapped. Other times the person you're fighting might set the whole castle on fire,
Mm.
or they might flood a room or something like that. Like, or they might have ninjas. That was a big thing was having fucking ninjas just drop on you from the fucking sky. But I would love to see that again, like in today's fucking shit, because they were still running off of the old like Dynasty Warriors
Those are the same
engine,
people that
whatever.
made Gundam Warriors also.
Yeah, yeah. Any of the Warriors titles um, are made by Koei Tecmo
Oh man.
and
Okay, look,
Omega Force.
dude. Square has so. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't mean to interrupt
Okay.
you. Square has so many Xenogears, Brave Fencer Musashi. We got Chrono Cross. We got Vagrant Story. Like they got so many untapped things. They could literally put that same engine that they use for Final Fantasy in it. And, you know, obviously you tweak the mechanics and you tweak the weapons and you tweak the battles. So, I mean, there's work to be done, but it's work y'all can do to give us this kind of stuff. Like we went through this period of gaming where um okay, to date ourselves, we come from when we got a game, we got a game. When a release date for that game came out, this was your game. And there was no updates, there was no connecting to the internet, there was no blah 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 blah. You got the game, it was finished. There was no DLC, there was no
Yep.
nothing. DLC is great. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love new content. I love a game that's been out for X amount of time, and now you're giving us this brand new map, a few new mechanics, because you've been working on stuff to make your game last that for the long run and not
Mhm.
just be something that someone buys and plays for a little bit, maybe revisit. You hope you get a remaster someday. Like no, I you, that that's great. But what we got a lot of once they realize quick, we got dumb shit like shit not being in the game because you just want to hold it back for money.
Yeah, I'm not
Just
with that shit.
and we've and recently we've it's come full circle kind of because gamers only put up with that stuff for so long, put up with um having to just shell out the money for Call of Duty's dealing with it, all these packs stuff like that. So we switched that DLC model because we basically said you can't keep doing this shit. You can't keep just here's the unfinished game, but if you want a new cutscene or whatever, you got to pay $29.99. So they shifted gears to the battle passes, and I still think those are good and bad in their ways. You know, if it adds to you got it's all about whatever community. If
Mhm.
so for example, the Helldivers battle pass works pretty great. In my opinion, I like it. I enjoy it. But when it comes to like certain things, certain games or whatever, like there's so much potential with these studios, in my opinion, with the games they've already put out for you to throw me a scaled up version of a game with no, how many different Last of Us
Mhm.
remasters did we get? We saw a flood of them. Sleeping Dogs got it. The only thing that I agree with, if it's a remaster and you include everything previous with it, like for
Right.
example, but you don't do like I can't remember who did the remasters, but I had a remastered and remastered deluxe or whatever. But who did it good was Sleeping Dogs. It was a great game. Sleeping Dogs, when they got their remaster, they included all the DLC in it. That's different. Give me that. I want all that. But don't remaster all of it, and then the DLC still costs when the game's been out 40 years.
Yeah.
That shit is it's bananas how they feel that you'll just be okay and just dealing with that kind of stuff. I can't stand it. Man, I don't want. I mean, us now, we're at a stage now that shit. I think the newest thing we've both bought was Helldivers. We're at the age now. We're not buying games to just waste money or whatever. We're gonna play. Um, the only big thing on your list is Space Marine, right? Space Marine 2 is the big.
Yep. I've
We
pretty much got everything else unless something comes out that like is just
and
blowing me out of the water, like Black Myth Wukong. I'm looking for that.
what's that about?
That is the Journey to the West game.
Okay.
Yeah, Monkey King and everything like that. I am super down for it. But other than that, I can't think of anything else coming out this year. Now that I got my graphics card and everything, and I'm getting my CPU, I can actually do stuff with my computer now. So,
Oh, you're getting CPU?
I'll
Later.
be getting it later, like in the next couple of weeks.
Well, yeah, dude, man. Like I said, it's that process of just laying it out first, getting it. We just got to do this stuff once. And like, look at us now, man. We recording, we talking,
Yeah.
we doing that shit, whatever. So like, we're making that progress. We're doing that. We're doing what we said we would do. It's one thing. We're holding ourselves accountable for getting this shit done and doing it. This is only our second episode, but we do have a lot planned for you guys. And we're gonna take this slow. We're gonna record when it's comfortable. We're gonna try to put things out at a decent pace, make sure, but we're gonna record, make sure ourselves comfortable. We're gonna
Yeah.
make sure that we give you guys us at our best, so we're not just sitting here talking to be talking. We got Warhammer stuff. We got anime stuff. We got more movies, games, all kind of stuff that we're super into. We got a bunch of great conversations planned, and we're excited that you guys are still here listening to us and taking it. We look forward to just gaming with just chilling and talking to y'all. You will see me and Sketch. We'll be chilling, gaming a lot. Shit. Speaking of gaming, we got a lot. We got a lot of titles that we can play together and beat together. Like I said,
Hell
once we
yeah.
find that game or whatever. But we appreciate you taking the time to listen to us, and we'll catch you guys next time. All right.
Well, shit, man.